different arms, different expression. The ballet is the same. The configuration of the movements is the same, but the sound can be other. So I think that classical ballet is forever. Swanek is an icon. The Wi-Fi is good now. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Let's give it a go.
Okay.
And we see. Yeah, good. I first want to know, did I say your name right? Fethon.
Yes.
It's Fethon.
Yes.
Okay.
Fethon.
Fethon. Okay.
Yes, it's a Greek name.
Yeah.
Because my mother is Greek.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, my father is Italian.
Yeah.
And she likes very much this name. And Fethon was a personage of Platon in the dialogues of Platon. Yes. And when she was a student, she likes very much this name. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. So your mother is also an interesting person.
Thanks. It's very kind of you.
So, but it's so lovely to talk to you. Anna, where exactly are you based?
I was born in Rome.
Yeah.
In Rome, and then when I was 18, I have won a scholarship for Russia. And I have studied in Vaganova Ballet Academy for 1 year. And then I was the director of Kirov Ballet, was Oleg Vinogradov. And he took me in the company.
Wow.
And I have worked, yes, it was a big honor for me, because yes, in the 90s, it was really difficult for a stranger to work in Russia. So I have worked in Mariinsky Theater for 20 years. And then I was guest artist in many companies. And now I'm teaching in the Vaganova Ballet Academy, the middle and senior classes.
Amazing. But how wonderful was it? I mean, you were so young, and so it's such a great honor to have that. Was that something that you aspired to do since a young age, to be a ballet dancer?
Oh, when I was very little, I want to be a gynecologist.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, I like, because I like small babies. But an orthopedic say to my mother that I am very capable for ballet, because I had very nice legs, feet, and my mother was a ballerina when she was young. Yes. And she said, okay, let's try. But if you don't like, it's not a problem. We can change. So I have started to do ballet in Rome Ballet Academy. And all the teachers said that I was very capable, and I have continued this job. And I like, and so when I was 18, I have a scholarship, and I went in Russia.
But you say capable. I think talented is the word. I think you must be very talented.
I don't know. Maybe.
But now, But you say your mother was a ballet dancer. Have you ever seen her dance?
Yes,
Oh,
yes. She every time take me in the theater in Rome,
okay.
in Rome Opera, and I have seen all the ballet, but I didn't want to be a dancer. Yes, just like for culture, you know.
Yeah.
But when every teacher said me that, oh, a really talent boy, very capable. Of course, for a little boy, it's very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have continued this, and then I was a soloist of the Mariinsky Theater, and I have danced very much. And the ballet is a piece of my life. You know, it's very important for me now and then.
Yeah, yeah. But now, how much has changed in teaching ballet? So, since you were training and now that you're teaching, do you think a lot has changed in the years?
Yes, of course. Many things have changed because now all the pupils, all the that we want for the pupils are very. Oh, sorry, my English is really
No,
bad.
your English is wonderful. Yeah.
We want very much from the pupils. When I was younger, and when I have finished the academy, we have seen all the all the that all that the pupils can do, but we have to do a progress. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we need a ballet dancer finished after the school, and they have to dance all the main ballets. So they have to have a strong technique after school. 30 years ago, when you were fable, some teachers said, "Oh, okay, but with the time he can progress."
Yeah.
Now it's different. It's real different. We need strong dancer after school.
But do you think something about the art gets lost if there's so much pressure on a dancer? You know, that they have to be physically capable, but that the part where it's about the art form or the expression of the dance, that gets lost a little bit.
Yes, I think it's lost because we want double cabrios, many pirouettes, many techniques, things. But the soul is one, and not every dancer can give this. When I was young and when I was a student, many teachers see the expression of every pupil. Now it's not like this. We give more important to techniques, and sometimes many young dancers that have to perform, they give not sound, just steps, just movements, and it's really sad. Yes, because we like, of course, our legs here, many pirouettes, but soul is the ballet. It's not gymnastic.
Well, I spoke to a dancer that danced in the 70s and trained in the 60s, and she said that those years it was about the whole person. It was not just about the body; it was about the soul and the heart and everything. And do you think that is also that it's changed now, that it's just how the dancer looks, you know, and the physique that makes now a dancer get into a company or get into a academy?
You know, the periods are different. Now we have more technology, we have phones, we have computers, so all the pupils are involved with this, and it's really difficult sometimes to give them souls, to give that to understand that the soul is the main things in all the arts. But the technology is sometimes good, but is sometimes really bad for all the arts, for the ballet also. Yes. Sometimes I go in class and it's difficult to give to understand that it's good to see more ballets, to give to go to the theaters, to see all the artists, and because all the pupils are on the phones, and you know, it's really bad for the coordination of all the movement. Sometimes they have problems because they are not coordinating. You understand that if the children are all the time on the phones, they have not other jokes, other understanding of the life. Yes, it's very difficult now.
And also what I've heard some dancers also say is that, you know, the classical ballets, say for instance Swan Lake, that there's actually so much in these ballets, but that it's been that it's been now just about the arms and the legs and the positions, that and this deeper meaning and the story gets lost, and that it's just another classical ballet. Do you find that as well, that the classical works lost the power that they have?
I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, in Russia, it's not like this. We have a big tradition of this old classical ballet, you know, and so Russian classical ballet is the first in the world. Sorry, but it's true. Because the classical ballet is born here. All the ballets, the main classical ballets are born here, and we have the big tradition. We maintain this tradition in the school and in the theater. So I don't think that if a dancer dances Swan Lake 20 years, it's boring. No, it's not like this, because every performance is new. Is new for a soloist, because we can find in every movement, in every situation of the ballet, different situation of the soul, different arms, different expression. The ballet is the same. The configuration of the movements is the same, but the sound can be other. So I think that classical ballet is forever. Is Swan Lake is an icon.
Oh, I love the classical ballets. It's really, and it's, for me, it's sad that so many companies now just don't do them anymore. That the repertoires, many of the European companies have changed to a lot of contemporary works.
Yes, the contemporary works is the life that we are living now. Yes,
Yeah.
so they have to be,
Yeah.
but the classical is our base, is our soul, the main soul. Maybe I am conservator, but I think it's if he is a dancer, is a good dancer, is a nice dancer, is a real dancer. They have to dance classical first, old classical, and then all the others. Sorry for the contemporary dancers. I like very much, but it's true. All the classical dancer can dance contemporary.
Yeah.
Not all contemporary dancer can dance classical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I'm not a dancer, but I can 100% agree with you there. I think it's true, that I think all the work and the technique that they learn through the years are for the classical works.
Yes. Thank you very much. For me, it's really a pleasure because I'm conservator.
Yeah.
I'm conservator.
I'm also, I love the classical works, and it's always good to hear. It means, because many times you think, is it just because there has to be change and there has to be new works, but yes, sometimes I'm very sad to see, if the program for the year, there's so many contemporary works and there's not enough classical works, that it's me sad, for the dancers, I think, as well.
For the dancers is the main thing, because if the company have classical repertory, you can grow up. If the company have only contemporary, it's just a little diapason for dancer.
But now, tell me, so you were a dancer and you are teaching now. Was this a natural thing for you after you finished your career to start teaching? Was it something that you wanted to do?
Yes, of course. Of course, I was very fortunate, because when I have danced 20 years in the Mariinsky. I have danced everywhere, all the classical main parts. I have been in many countries in tour, so I have a big experience as a dancer. Now I can give my experience to my pupils, and not every person can teach in this in the Vaganova Ballet Academy, because it's one of the best academy in the world. And so for me, it was a really big honor to be invited there. You can understand. Yes. So I have 4 diplomas now. All my pupils are working everywhere, in Mariinsky Theater, in Mikhailovsky Theater, in other theaters of Russia, and I am very proud of them. And yes, this is continuous my life as a dancer, as a teacher, as the ballet, as a ballet lover.
You are absolutely a ballet lover. I can hear that.
You too.
Yeah.
And you are a so nice woman.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, really, really.
It's so interesting to talk to you, really. It's wonderful. But
Thank
okay,
you.
so now I want to ask you, so aside from ballet, and you've done the training, do you still do I mean, you're doing in class and you're demonstrating, but are you still actively keeping your body in shape and working out like you used to?
I don't keep my body in shape. I don't keep. So I'm very fat now. Um,
I can't believe that.
yes, really, really. But I try to demonstrate everything, every movement. Um, I I I eat everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so I'm fat. Um, in any case, it's very important to demonstrate arms every time, and the pupils are good because they see and they copy. It's very important to demonstrate well,
Yeah.
even if I am very fat.
I can't believe that. But do you now? So you say you love to eat, but do you cook for yourself? Do you love to cook?
Yes,
Really?
yes, I love very much. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very good cooker.
Italian food.
Italian, Greek,
Yeah.
uh, and Russian also. Russian soups are very good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. But and aside from ballet, do you have any other hobbies or things that you do?
You know, our work is very hard. I start at 8:30 in the morning till 8:30 in the evening,
Yeah.
and I have class, I have rehearsals, then we have performances. So sometimes I can finish later. Um, so I have no time for other hobbies. My
Okay.
hobby is my pupils. Um,
Okay.
mm, so for me is the more important thing. My family and my pupils.
Okay. You are so dedicated.
Yes, it's true. It's true. I like. It's not heavy for me. I like this.
Really. Wow, this is amazing. And it's so wonderful that your pupils have you as a ballet teacher then. So what age are they that you're teaching?
I'm teaching for 15 years.
Okay.
When I just finished to dance, about 38 years old, because we can work 20 years after the diploma. So 18 years we finished the school, and 20 years we work. So 30 years, 38 years old,
Yeah.
we have finished, and I have started to teach.
Okay.
Now I'm 51, and
And
so.
yeah. but but now tell me just what is your wish now for the future?
I want that this war is finished with Ukraine because nobody of us want this. We are artists and we continue to work as artists, but we don't want war. We don't want any bad things. I hope that all this is finished as soon as possible.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yes.
and for your students as well, because I think the people in, the young people in Russia, they also, they don't need this to be in their lives now. That that they can experience, that they can rather learn and develop as artists.
I hope that their career is grew up, and I help them every time, because they come to me to have rehearsal, to have classes. So for me, it's, after the diploma, we don't finish our teaching. But we continue with them. That even if they are in other cities, they send me their performances, and I give them some advices.
Wonderful.
Yes, we have a very strong laugh.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yes. So I hope that they grew up and they will be the best.
Yeah, but they will, because you're their teacher.
Thank you. It's very kind of you.
But it was so lovely to talk to you, and so lovely to meet you here on Zoom.
Oh, for me also, you're a really, really nice woman, and for me it was a really great pleasure to speak with you.
No, it was such a privilege. And do you ever visit Vienna?
In Vienna, I have been 2 times with the theater.
Okay.
Yes. Now you understand it's very difficult, but we hope for the future.
Yeah, but you have to let me know when you come to Vienna.
Of course.
Then I would love to meet you in person.
Of course, come to see us. Of course.
Yes. But have a lovely evening and a lovely rest. I know you've been teaching, and I appreciate it very much that you talked to me.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's really very kind of you.
Okay.
All the best to you.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.